Alright, well, I'm still out here at the undisclosed location, tooling around a little bit. I feel like this bike is really good for cruising slow and low, and for going on with a little bit more impetus. Here we are in first gear, just putting through an old motocross track here. Somewhere kind of like right across the street there used to be an AMA hill climb, and so I think people used to ride a lot more out here, but now it's mostly just kind of a homeless camp, I'd say. They do have it gated off fairly well, but you can still get out here on a bike pretty easily. And I just saw somebody that was out here on a Crown Vic or something. So if you really want to come out here on a Crown Vic, you can do it. Woo! Some of these jumps, you know, might have not been that overgrown last time I was here. Yeah, I've spent a little time out here. It's pretty fun to find these little areas. They're talking about putting in a 2.5 million square foot warehouses in here. Going to be some of the biggest buildings in the world, you know. North, there's a Boeing Everett plant that's really big, but it's going to be a big one. Yeah, pretty good bike to just do whatever obstacles come in front of you. Really, I've never really ridden a hardcore enduro bike. You know, I've ridden some CR250 and a CRF300L, but they were set up for motocross and not really for off-road riding. And we were just putting around in my buddy's backyard. We kind of shared a backyard and had a figure 8 track and hill climb and stuff like that, and I got to ride them there and did some wheelies on the street and stuff. But as far as riding a new, you know, 300XCW or something, no experience. I mean, I'd like to. Plated dirt bike is one of those things I feel like you gotta have, but the more I ride this, the more I'm like, do I really need that? Am I ever really gonna? I mean, maybe when my kid's older and he wants to go dirt biking, it'll make more sense, but right now, when I'm just going out by myself in town, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to have, you know, totally legit plated dirt bike. But it'll be fun. Here's some little first gear wheelie. Do second gear with clutch. And we'll try second gear with no clutch. I got the front up a little bit. You know, if I was standing on the pegs, I could get a little more body English on it. This is some huge graffiti that you can see from Google Earth. I forget what it says, but woo! Got a little sideways there. This happens when you're going slow and low sometimes. You don't come off just right, and you get a little crooked. But having low air pressure kind of helps with that. Yeah, I mean, clack. What if this bike was a 450? It would be great. I'd love it if it was a 450 or even a 350, as long as it had the same service intervals, same levels of vibration, things like that, you know. I don't want to get a 450 and sacrifice the things that make this a great street bike. You know what I mean? So I don't want it to be heavier, even though a little weight wouldn't be a bad thing, and it has enough power to wheelie and have fun on. That was just power and body English. Yeah, I don't know, I like this bike. I can't fault it. The last guy that rode it was he was on a Tenere 1200 ES, and top of the line one. He had bought it used, but anyway, he rode it, and we switched bikes for a while, and he's like, he was a much bigger dude, you know, 6'4", you know, about the same weight, but a lot taller. And he had that bike set up on two riders plus luggage, and the suspension preload all the way up, and the stiffness all the way up, and I could barely touch the ground, couldn't grab the clutch lever, any of that. And we rode about 5 minutes, and he said, dude, I don't need to ride your bike anymore, I'm sold. And I was like, well, let me ride yours a little more, you can keep riding it. And we rode it a little further, and he ended up, you know, getting up to 80 or whatever, and stuff like that, and just kind of like falling in love with it and going, oh dude, this bike is great, you know. So that's how I feel about it. I mean, it does make me wonder, like, why do they make other bikes? if a dual sport can be this good, you know, why would I? Oh, there was a little baby bird right there. Why would I need something other than this? And you know, I know the answer is that every bike is fun and has its own like little genre or niche or whatever niche, but this one is pretty fucking rad, man. So you can go wherever you want. Alright, well, I'm gonna try to find a little bit more obstacle action over here and get back with you. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching.